Hello, it's a Mighty Marvel Show, and I'm Paul, and nostalgia's taken over. 12-year-old me is presenting this episode because, look, Secret Wars figures, the only and an original and the best Secret Wars from the 1984 Marvel comic series, Secret Wars. That seminal series that introduced a new black costume, Spider-Man, and it introduced the Doom Beyonder powered action figure. Now, this is a proper nostalgia figure. This is a figure, Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, that I've been after for years to go towards my favourite Avengers team back in the mid-80s. So this is fantastic when she was the leader. So I'm very excited to have this figure. But I've got some grumbles, as I'm sure you can imagine. So we'll talk about them in a minute. And this figure is an absolute trip down nostalgia with the original 8 Secret Wars figures from 1984 that I had as a kid, and they were about the first Marvel superheroes you could get hold of here in the UK when I was younger. So very excited to get these figures. Okay, so I'm going to start with Monica Rambeau, Captain Marvel. Love the look, love the design of this figure. Always a big fan of this character in the comics. I really wish, though, I hadn't picked this figure up, because she suffers from the curse of female Marvel Legends feet. There are no pins to put a peg in, no holes to put a footstand in, and she's got the tiny heels and tiny feet. So trying to stand her up, look at that, real camera, is an absolute mission. And that makes it really difficult to pose her, which is such a shame. In terms of the actual figure and the articulation, which we'll take a look at now, she's got a good bend on the knees. It could be a bit more, a bit of a shame, but it's a reasonable bend on the knees. She has the pivot on the feet, which is very, very stiff still. The heel, ankle joint goes down there. Obviously, doesn't have the ab crunch. Hello, just had a Black Widow figure. We could have done that. So it doesn't have the ab crunch. So the full twist at the top. There's good head motion around the hair. The hair doesn't cause any issues, as it does with some female Marvel Legends characters. And then let's talk about the arms. Yes, it's the single elbows, which unfortunately you would obviously expect with Hasbro where they're females. But again, they could have done this so better. I don't actually, that truth be told, I don't actually have a major issue with these single elbows. Because if you look there, they do actually bend to a reasonable level. And what I do really like is they've actually sealed on, so the wings effect on her costume is actually molded on to her arm, and I much prefer that. So if you think like things like the Falcon and the Vulture, there's a separate attachment, so that's fine. You can have them obviously without their wings in other poses. That it makes sense, it's fine. But they're quite frilly, they don't always stay on, but these work really well. I'm glad these are on because they're actually part of her costume, so I'm glad that they are on there, so it does actually work very well. So I really like that, and there's a good sculpt effect on them. So I don't mind that at all. I'm actually quite a fan of that. Let's see if we can stand her up again. Is she gonna stand? Is she gonna stand? She's not gonna stand. See, she's such a pain. Such a cool figure. I'm gonna lean her. There you go. Let's lean her for the moment. You don't want to see me faffing around on screen. Now, the one thing I really do think they've missed, so accessory wise, they're very light on accessories, this 2-pack. So Monica Rambeau comes just with 2 extra fists. So splayed hands, 2 extra fists. And where I think they really missed the trick here, and this would have been such a cool effect to have had. So I'm going to introduce here. So here is an Ant-Man figure from Avengers Endgame. So this is I forget the name of the range. It's only got 7 points of articulation. So you've got an elbow bend, and you've got shoulders, and you've got the head, and you've got straight legs at the waist. So it's a very good looking figure. So I do like the look of this figure. However, this came with this gorgeous plastic sculpt. Now look at that. So that gives you, bring that back into camera. So that gives you this super cool Ant-Man shrink effect. Now, wouldn't it have been great to have had that in yellow for Captain Marvel when she's flying. So you could have had him in flying pose and then the tail streaking off in that. What a great effect that would be. So when you were doing fight scenes and battle scenes, you could have had her posed up like that. So that would have been a real cool addition to this pack. And it's a real shame that we didn't get that. And that is real pity. But as overall, let's move it away. Thanks, Ant-Man. You served your purpose. Back to the quantum realm. But as a figure, I really love the look of her. To pose, it is a pain. And that is a shame. Right. Let's do some scaling up with Captain Marvel. And we'll put her against some of the other figures that we've got here. Right. Here she is. Looking excellent. Looking authoritative. With some of the key Secret Wars characters. Professor X, the Hulk, Iron Man, Cap, Spidey, Mr. Fantastic, and your ever-loving blue-eyed thing. That is a great set that she's with there as well. She's got it really well. She works perfectly. The Secret Wars collection is coming along very nicely indeed. Okay, let's now talk Doom, Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom. So, overall impression, I freaking love this figure. It's an Iron Man mold, obviously the boots there and the gauntlets. Absolutely fine with that. I love the sculpture, the texture on the top. I like that the bit on the leg rotates as well, that it's not molded into the costume. I don't mind the part of it. Bit plain on the back, but it has got some sculpting on it, but there's not much actual paint application. But it's such a cool figure, and it's against a total nostalgia trip for me with this figure. It comes with two fists, so you've got the open grabby hands, and it comes with the fists. Then it comes with a beautiful, and I will quickly swap it out. It comes with a hooded effect cloak, hood, obviously, a drop down hood effect. So here's this brilliant hood effect and an incredible Victor Von Doom face sculpt. Absolutely love it. It is just so good, and it's so on point for the comic book as well. So let's just stand Victor up there for the moment. Come on, Doomy. There you go. Stand yourself up. Stand yourself up, Doomy. There you go. So, absolutely love this face. It's fantastic. It's perfect for the comic book one, Secret Wars. And it also comes with this mega cool Doom face mask. Look at that. So in terms of having the full effect, the full Victor Von Doom effect from the comic series, you've got the full set with it. So I really like this figure. I'd love this figure anyway, but the nostalgia just makes it perfect for me. Again, maybe could have had some blast effects for it. That would have been cool. Or what would have been even cooler was they could have had some battle damaged effects for him. So when he took on the Beyonder and when he stole his powers, they could have had, it's one of the most famous comic book covers in my generation of this battered and just beaten up Doctor Doom with blood coming off him and the arm was all ripped. Wouldn't it have been cool to have had a battle damaged face sculpt and then some clip-on battle damaged patches or even an extra body suit, you know, like a tunic type thing you could just clip onto it over the shoulders, which would give you the battle damaged effect. And then you could have had a really cool battle damaged Doctor Doom, because obviously anyone who's got the HasLab, you can put him up against Galactus now, which is going to be so cool. And I'm going to have to destroy my display to get Galactus out to do that now. But I think that would be really cool to do that. So really do like this figure. The articulation is reasonable on it. So it's obviously an Iron Man mold, so it's a good bend on the knees there, the knee. Very good ankle pivot. There you go. And there's a reasonable bend on the arms. Obviously with Iron Man with this gauntlet, you've got this little block here, but it's a reasonable bend. But it works really well on the figure. And again, the Doom figure is excellent. Right, let's scale him up with some other figures and see how he comes out. Well, let's start Doom with Doom. And here is Doom with all his variants. Here's his Doombot selection. So you've got the classic comic Doctor Doom on the left. You've got the Emperor God Doom from the 2015 Secret Wars. And then you've got the 2018 figure Doctor Doom there in the sort of darker green. And again, that looks really, really cool. That works really well as a set. Right, here's Doom with some chunky, big bad boys. The Wrecking Crew. You've got Pile Driver, the Absorbing Man, and Bulldozer there. Looking pretty awesome. Here he is with his Science Bros. We've got the Lizard, Dr. Octopus, the Molecule Man, and of course Kang, the future variant of Doom maybe. That's a great set. Looks really cool. Right, and there you have it. Stay for the montage, that would be great. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed my look at these figures. Let me know what you think if you've got this 2-pack. Overall, I think this 2-pack is worth it because I'm very nostalgic for Secret Wars. And I love both these characters, and I love the look of this Doom, and I love the look of this Captain Marvel, even though she doesn't pose very well. But that's it for now. Give us a like and subscribe. That would be great. Thank you very much indeed if you are already. I genuinely appreciate it. And let me know what you think of these figures. Have you got them? Do you intend to get them? Let me know how you're cracking the Captain Marvel posing situation for me. And that is it. I'll see you again on another video soon. Bye for now.